But this tree behind me carries so much weight to as why I had ended up leaving in the first place. I spent a lot of time at this tree doing a bunch of things that people might think are weird in regular day society, such as meditating and doing yoga and chanting mantra, a bunch of things. I really connected with this tree because this tree, as you can see, didn't really have such a strong foundation to start from. It had to grow multiple foundations to eventually blossom into the tree that it was meant to be. And if you look around the forest, it's one of a kind. And it's on a hilltop in this park that I'm in. And I spend a lot of time at this tree, just felt really connected with it. And it was always a place that I could call home, away from home. And at this tree, I would meditate at a lot. I was going through a tough period at work where the symptoms of the toxic situation I was in had gotten so bad that it had caused a degenerative spinal condition in my neck, and I couldn't even stand up for 2 weeks. And I was at home. I went to the hospital. At the hospital, they were like, "Oh, this might be a brain bleed," and then they were like, "cerebral spinal fluid leak," and then they didn't have a definite answer. So once I got back to work, it was starting to heal, and then I noticed that every time these certain scenarios would happen with my toxic manager and toxic workplace, my neck would clench, and that sharp pain in my neck would arise. And this tree had sent me signs of, it was time to go, because as I went back to work, I stopped coming to this place for about a week or about 3 weeks. And as I came back and I had a rough day at work because I had a meeting with my manager and the higher ups in the school, and they ultimately flipped the story back on me and really was like, this is how it's gonna go, and you're gonna like it or you're gonna leave, basically. So I came up to this tree after that day, and inside the tree there's this little hole over here, and there had been about 10 cigarettes ashed in that little gap of the hole. And I've never seen anything up here besides some like old glass shards from, I don't know, kids throwing bottles and such. But I never really see anyone walk past here, so it seemed bizarre to me that someone was just up here chain smoking cigarettes. So like, that was weird. I cleaned up all the butts and went on, and then I took the day off from work the next day, and I came up here again. And there was this gemstone shaped like a coffin sitting under the tree. And at that moment, I knew that it had been time to leave not only my job, but also my home. Because I was trying to heal and I was trying to move forward, but the toxic situations were ashing the cigarettes on my healing and who I'm becoming, because the environment no longer fit my mold. I already learned what I needed to from that place, and I still miss my students. I love those kids. I worked with nonverbal autistic kids, and man, I miss those kids daily. I think about them all the time. But when I found this cut stone, like a coffin, it was shaped like a coffin, I knew that I had to leave. And I did. I packed my bags, and the next day I just drove north. I didn't tell anyone. I put in my notice online because I couldn't go back. I couldn't go backwards. I had to go forward because I knew this tree was giving me signs. The ash cigarettes turned into a gemstone shaped like a coffin. Knew that I needed to go if I wanted to.